Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Crime Unveiled with Courtney Bennett. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about two cases that have happened over the course of yesterday and then today. First, I want to start off with the sentencing of a woman this morning, Jasmine Jones Bonner. She was sentenced to up to 40 years in prison. Her minimum sentence would be 9 years in prison. This is a case that we've been following since 2023. It was 1-year-old Kane who was found to have ingested meth in the care of his aunt, Jasmine Jones Bonner, and her boyfriend, Timothy Coombs. Timothy Coombs was actually sentenced last week. We covered his story on our Digital Death show. That was last Tuesday. And tonight, we are learning that Jasmine Jones Bonner, she was sentenced this morning in Genesee County courtroom. Cameras were not allowed inside, so we were not at court this morning. That was a decision by the judge there in Genesee County. I'm going to pull up our web story on this case. So if you remember, and if you've watched our newscasts over the years, we've talked to Kane's grandmother, Gina Floria, who has kept us updated on this case from the very beginning, and she was always willing to talk and keep the memory of Kane alive. Again, Kane was 1 year old. 1 year old when this happened. He ingested meth in December of 2022. That's also when he died. And Jasmine Jones Bonner, she's been sentenced to nearly a decade in prison. So that minimum sentence is a little more than 9 years, with a maximum up to 40 years. And as part of the plea agreement, she pleaded no contest to child abuse charge and a controlled substance charge. So again, both her and Timothy Coombs, they took that plea, so they avoided a trial. There will be no trial. That trial was supposed to happen this month, but again, they were both sentenced. Timothy Coombs last Tuesday. Jasmine Jones Bonner learning her fate this morning. She will get credit for 446 days that she already spent in the Genesee County Jail. Again, this right here, that's Timothy Coombs. This is a mugshot from the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. So he'll spend a minimum of 30 years in prison for those crimes. And last week when we talked to Gina Floria, Kane's grandmother, she said that she was very satisfied with the judge's decision in the Timothy Coombs case. I have not had the chance to talk to her tonight, talk to Gina tonight, but I will touch base with her. Again, this is a story that we've been following since February of 2023. Kane, at just 1 year, it was just a 1-year-old. He died in December of 2022 after they say that he ingested meth. And we do have, so last week when we covered this story, it was noted how much, according to the prosecution, more than 14,700 nanograms of meth was found inside the child. So that was an autopsy report that was done back in 2022. So right now, this case is really close because, again, they were both sentenced, Jasmine Jones Bonner this morning and then Timothy Coombs last week. Another story that we've been following since the weekend, and it's something that Carlton Township Police, they really need the help from the public right now. So over the weekend, there was a party. This is according to the chief in Carlton Township. There was a party, and when police were called out originally to the call, they were told that there was a bunch of people parked on the street. There was a noise complaint. So they go to this home on the 900 block of Atlanta in Carlton Township, and they talk to the homeowner. They told the homeowner that, they got complaints about cars in the street, a noise violation as well, and kind of went over, what those regulations are in the township. And the homeowner told police that they'd be wrapping up what the homeowner referred to as an open house. So that open house would be wrapped up by about 9 o'clock. And so it was more like a verbal warning to the homeowner. Police left. About 45 minutes later, this is according to the chief, 911 was called again. This time they said that a teen had gone missing, and the last time that he was seen, he was going into the pool and never resurfaced. Police then go back to this home on the 900 block of Atlanta Street. That's where they find, according to the police chief, more than 100 teenagers. Many of them were smoking marijuana. Many of them were drinking. They did not find an adult. They did not find that homeowner. So when they began asking the kids, the teenagers at the party, what happened to the teen, because that's the 911 call that they received, some of them said that the teen had left or he was at a different point of the party, and they didn't really get a straight answer from anyone there. A volunteer firefighter who lives around the block, he shows up to this party. He ends up going into the pool. There was a pool in the backyard, and does a grid search. And eventually, he said that the pool was very, very murky and that he couldn't see 6 inches below the surface. So, does this grid search, eventually finds the 15-year-old, that teen, at the bottom of the deep end of the pool, which the police chief tells me that it was about 12 feet deep. They begin performing life-saving measures, but unfortunately, that 15-year-old, who we now know is Timmy Favorite Jr., he did end up dying. Police right now, they're urging anyone who might have been at this party or have any information about this party, they're asking them to call the Carlton Township Police Department. And their number is 989-754-9244. I'm going to pull it up on our website right here. So you can see this is the number right here. So again, 989-754-9244. They're really looking for answers as to what happened to this young individual. How did he end up in the pool? They have a lot of questions and they need people to come forward. This story is on our website right now. So if you wanted to learn more information about it, and of course, reference that number if you have any information, you can do that at midmichigannow.com. And again, just a tragic story. Saginaw Public Schools, they posted something on their Facebook page, and they are remembering Timmy Favorite tonight, who again just was a 15-year-old student. They said that he was a talented athlete at Thompson Middle School, a standout in football, basketball, and track, and even a better young man. He was known for his bright spirit, respectful nature, and promise he carried into high school. So he was about to be a high schooler. He had just finished middle school. And they said that the school system said that their hearts are with Timmy's family, friends, teammates, and all who knew and loved him. So I just want to go back to our story on our website. If you have any information, the police chief is urging anyone to come forward. That number right there is 989-754-9244. You can find both of those stories on our website, midmichigannow.com. I just want to thank everyone for watching tonight. We'll be back next week for Crime Unveiled with Courtney Bennett. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.